need to get situated. YouTube, we gotta talk, okay? Let's try it again. Next tape, roll it again. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Yvette and I make nursing content here on YouTube. I've been out for a little while, as you've noticed. I think my last video was in March, and I think it was like coming to clinical with me or something of that nature. I have been out for a little while. I did film one other video, except I haven't had time to edit it. I just got out of school, I think 2 weeks ago. So I've been having some me time. We've been having some family over. So everybody's flying up from Florida because they want to go explore New York. So we've been doing that. Also, I've just been doing some self-care. I went to go get my nails done. I've just been sleeping and traveling and doing things. But I wanted to sit down and make a video for you guys because I need to update you on what happened during semester 2, because I felt like I pre-filmed a lot before I started the semester so that I wouldn't feel so pressured to film while I was in the semester. And I still felt pressured. I think I had good videos up until March, and then after that I couldn't film anymore. It was getting to be way too much. I didn't have time for YouTube, and it sucks because this is something that I really like to do. I like to sit here and just vent to you guys about what's happening because it's a lot. Where do I even start? Semester 2 was so hard. It was so hard. I don't want to scare anyone that wants to go into the program, because at the end of the day, it is really difficult. You do have to really time manage. The classes are hard. However, it is incredibly worth it. Like when you're done, you feel like this like sense of accomplishment. Like, oh my God, I made it out of that dark semester, because it just, man, it was a lot. So if I'm comparing semester 1 to semester 2, I'd say that semester 1 was like your taste of it kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like you were busy and it introduced you to like what nursing was like. You had your fundamentals. I was taking psych. I did patho pharm, which at the time was my hardest class, and like strangely enough was my easiest during this past semester. I had like an evidence-based practice class, like things like that kind of like introduced you to the concepts of nursing, but also like challenged you enough with your time management and being able to handle all of the immense information that they're going to give you. So I felt that way about semester 1, but I didn't feel that way at the end of semester 1. Like, of course, at the end of semester 1, I was overwhelmed. And I was like, oh my God, this is really, really hard. They're saying that semester 2 is even harder than this semester. Like, I'm gonna drown. I'm gonna drown. And I'm never gonna see the light of day. But it's okay. Was semester 2 harder than semester 1? Absolutely. Did I have less time to do things that I wanted to do? Like keep up with the house, maybe like go out somewhere? Absolutely. I had no time to do those things. I also feel like it's the semester with the most jam-packed information that you're gonna get for NCLEX, and I'm grateful that I was able to learn as much as I did into that semester. I felt like semester 2 challenged me academically the most out of any semester I've ever taken in my entire life, including semester 1 of nursing of the ABSN program here at PACE. I get tons and tons of questions in my DMs and in my comments sometimes about PACE in specific. So I'm gonna talk about PACE in specific, but I'm sure that this probably applies to all nursing programs. I'm not sure in what order other nursing programs are doing their classes and stuff. But here at PACE, we did, in semester 2, we did OB, pediatrics, patho pharm, ethics, and med surg, which we'll get into about all of those. So what was the class that just did it for me? Like, just took me out, and it's gonna come as a shock because everyone usually says med surg and mine was not med surg. It was pediatrics. Oh my gosh. I don't know why pediatrics just took me out. It took me out. I sat during the class and I would understand everything, all the developmental stages, I would understand them. I felt like I had a good understanding of the material. Then it came down to the NCLEX questions and I felt like everything that I had learned just went out the window. I got really stuck on questions like which toy is like better for the developmental stage of a certain age. Like things like that just got me every time. I would always put something that was lower for their developmental age than they really were. Like I think my answer was all the time rattle, and this kid would probably be like a year old and I'm like, oh yeah, give him a rattle, and it's not. The answer is not rattle, okay? So for OB, I felt like OB was everyone's like little nitpicky thing. Everyone, I feel like in my cohort in specific, that everyone that I have talked to had said that OB was like they're the one that did it for them. You know what I mean? And I didn't feel that way about OB. I liked OB as a subject. I probably wouldn't do OB like as a specialty as a nurse. I watched way too many birthing videos. I feel like the birthing videos with all the complications really scared me. So I felt like OB questions were very straightforward compared to some of these med-surg questions that I've gotten and some of these pediatrics questions that I've gotten. Med-surg, med-surg was another one. I feel like med-surg and pediatrics were really, really like close to each other, and the one that did it for me. I felt like I had to teach myself a lot during med-surg. I watched so many YouTube videos. I crammed so much because I felt like I wasn't getting it. Anything that I did during that semester to pass, I felt like I did all by myself. And that was incredibly frustrating because like you as a student, you need help. Especially a class like med-surg, you really need someone to kind of like piggyback you through it because it's a lot of information and it's a lot to remember, a lot to understand. So I felt like we needed a professor that was very elaborate, I would say, in their explanations. Like we needed like a lot of explanation for things because at the end of the day, like the majority of NCLEX will be med-surg. Yeah, you're gonna get your peds, yeah, you're gonna get OB, yeah, you're gonna get all of these things, but the like umbrella of understanding is going to be med-surg. So I was incredibly like meticulous in trying to, one, understand the professor, two, look for resources that were going to help me, not hurt me. And again, that's really hard because you don't know what is going to be on that test. The only reason why I say that like pediatrics was harder than med-surg is because I was incredibly frustrated about the fact that I understood everything that this professor was saying in pediatrics. I felt like I had like such a solid understanding. I could explain the information to someone else. I felt like I was solid when I was gonna go take tests, and then my grade would come back and it wasn't what I wanted. It crushed me because you know when you study so hard and you're like, oh, I got this, I know I'm gonna get it this time, I know that this is gonna be the one, and it comes back and it's not. It's just like, great, now I feel like a total failure. Am I even meant to be a nurse? Like, is this like what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, and especially in pediatrics where I thought that I might succeed well in, it triggered me. Absolute trigger. Whereas med-surg, I felt like nervous for every test because I didn't know what to expect. Again, because I felt like I was teaching myself all of the information that I needed to know. We had a textbook this thick that we had to read like 15 chapters per test. Okay. I think that's my upstairs neighbor. Sorry, guys. I had a textbook this thick that the professor would make us read like 15 chapters per test. And 15 chapters per test sounds like a lot, but when you like put on top everything else that you have to worry about, it's agony, absolute agony. I was stressed all the time. So I would say the biggest thing about this semester is your time management. Just like semester 1, time management is key, but even more so for semester 2. We had about 2 to 3 exams every single week. It didn't fail. Like it was like it would come in waves. So I think the first round of tests were 5 exams in the time span of 2 weeks. Like we had like 3 1 week, and then the next week you have 2, and after that we got like a week and a half break, and then it was again 5 exams. Like all of them kind of do their exams around the same time, which absolutely sucked because I felt like I was having to do that lopsided studying thing, then prioritize one class over the other, and I saw like lower grades because of that lopsided studying. Like I would do really well on one, and then I would like let go of the other because I was like, well, this is one's gonna be more important. I have to study more for this one than for this one. And I've never felt that way before, like compared to first semester. I felt like first semester it was a lot of tests, yeah, but I had time to study. Like I had like maybe 1 to 2 exams a week semester 1, whereas 2 to 3 semester 2. Sorry guys, my blood pressure is getting high just talking about this. Patho Pharm was, I don't know about other programs, but at Pace's program, Patho Pharm is like linked into one class, which I think is an absolute genius idea, because when you're learning the pathology, it makes it so much easier to learn the pharm that goes with it. And semester 2's Patho Pharm was so much easier than semester 1's Patho Pharm, because we did, I think the hardest test that I had was the neurology one, and I didn't do so hot on it because we had another med-surg test and I had to do one of those lopsided studying things, and it killed me. Otherwise, the body systems that you go over in Patho Pharm 2 are easier than the body systems that you go through in Patho Pharm 1. So if you're worried about all of that, I think they set it up very well to where the harder one was in semester 1 so that you can have like the easier classes with it than with semester 2, because let's see, what else did I take? So apart from Patho Pharm, like med-surg, OB, peds, we did like an ethics class, which I felt like it's important, but when those exams came up, I had to study literally the day of the test, because usually it would be like around 6 p.m. the test. So I would like start studying like the day before, the day of, because of how crazy everything else was. And I was like, I have to do my lopsided studying. I can't like sacrifice med-surg for an ethics exam. Like this is gonna be on my NCLEX and this might not be on my NCLEX. So as far as clinical experience for semester 2, I feel like our cohort felt a little cheated this semester, because we were given a clinical in the Upper East Side for COVID shots, which I'm not saying that isn't great experience, but it's also not hospital. It's not on a med-surg unit. Like our med-surg clinical was giving shots. So I felt like we could have used more experience in that department. Oh, that NYU was getting more, and I feel so sad that they got to do those things and Pace didn't offer us that kind of experience. We were all online. We were doing online clinical, which I want to make a whole separate video about. I want to go into like how we do these online clinicals, because I feel like that's like a real stopping point, I guess, for incoming nursing students that are like, well, I don't want to come in during COVID because look at what's happening. Like, most nursing students aren't getting that clinical experience. They're coming in and they're just online, and I'm not gonna get the experience I need for nursing school online. And I have various opinions on this, but again, I want to go into that in a separate video because I need to film just a bunch of things for you guys. I felt like I've been out for way too long. So that's it for today's video. I will have a video coming out of like what my semester 2 lecture days consisted of here at home on Zoom. And I will be filming a whole lot more now that I'm on break. I think I have 2 more weeks until I go back in for semester 3. So I'm excited to see what that all consists of. So if you guys want to see more of my videos, oh my gosh, okay. That was not polite. So if you guys want to see more of my videos, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Instagram. DM me your questions. I love getting DMs from you guys that like have found me on YouTube and then just come to like ask me questions. Even if it's like simple as like, hey, what shoes should I get for clinical? Like, what textbooks did you use that I don't need because I'm starting in the fall or I'm starting in the spring, or like anything like that. Like, I love getting those questions from you guys. So make sure to leave tons and tons of comments, tons and tons of questions. I love it. So I will see you guys in the next video. And